Shalom, greetings to you. I'm excited to come here today. Thank you so much for tuning on to my channel. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much once again. If you are new to this channel if you have never subscribed to my channel, please just subscribe. Remember, it's just free. And the moment you subscribe, you're just praying for me that we keep on doing the work in making philanthropy and action matter in Africa. These things so much matter. Today I have a beloved brother just next to me. Remember, on one video I talked to you about the importance of sign language on church programs, in church services. These things are very, very important, and it's so exciting to have young people who are so dedicating themselves into serving the Lord and saying, we are up for this assignment. We don't need any payment, but we are serving the Lord. Hence, us learning about sign language, we're able to speak, but we are willing to give a sign language for the folks that may want to attend church gatherings so that they may not find themselves discriminated in any form. Today, with me, I have my beloved brother from another church. Remember, we don't put up names on the spaces that we advocate for security reasons and for many reasons that maybe you might know your corner. So today I have my beloved brother, none other than Gazraim Lingwa. How are you, my brother?
I'm all right. Can't complain.
You are excited to be with me today on this interview?
Yes, I am. It's a great privilege.
Wow. I'm so delighted to have you today. So, the moment you hear about sign language, what comes in your mind before we dive into to ask about who you are?
Okay, now, the moment I hear about sign language, people have broken it down. They think maybe it's for the less privileged, but I think sign language should be a must so that we can aid and remove that barrier in terms of communication breakdown, you see now. So I think sign language for me, it's just like any other language, you see. So I'm in as much as I am incapacitated and I'm not yet well vexed on sign language, I'm willing to invest and learn so that I can break down that barrier in terms of communication breakdown, you see now. So the same way I would meet someone from France, maybe speaking French, and I cannot speak French, I'm interested. That's the same way I'm interested in learning sign language.
Wow, that's marvelous. So this is just an introduction for him speaking to us today. Maybe let me ask him, who is Gazrai, maybe for him to tell us who he is before we jump to a matter today. What can you say about you, man?
Well, I'm Gazrai Mlingwa. Nothing is interesting about me. I'm just an ordinary citizen. I'm a chef by profession. Yes, I'm a chef by profession. I studied professional cookery. So I'm a chef by profession. So yeah, a couple of hobbies. I'm interested in motorsport, and of course, I am a Christian.
Wow. You notice that this man there is a lot unique about him. He is the one who will say, no, I want to volunteer to be to train about sign language and to serve the Lord even in that regard, so that those who are deaf may not feel out of place when they attend church gatherings, when they attend church services. And of course, and again, he is also a professional chef. Can you imagine a male so interested in this matter? He's just unique. We're excited to have you today, man. I'm short of words. Thank you so much for your uniqueness. So, coming to speak about deaf people.
Yes.
What do you understand by inclusivity, more so to speak about deaf people in church gatherings and church services?
Personally, I feel we have ignored or we have left them out in our system or in our setup. Sign language, I think it's one of the languages that were put up in terms of compulsory languages. But I feel when it comes to church gatherings, we are not taking into cognizance that there may be a member within us who is in need of that, you see. So when I volunteered, I had come across many situations, not just at church, but outside church, you see. you get to a corner there, you maybe want to buy airtime and you find out that someone is using sign language. You can pick up the words, you can grasp one or two things what they're trying to say, but at the end of the day, I feel that there is need. You see, even not just talking about outside church, in church, I've come across circumstances where we have people who are not in capable of speaking or hearing. So at the end of the day, I felt that no, sign language is something I have to volunteer. I felt the need in me. There was a driving force in me that pushed me to say no, but I can invest in this. It's something I'm willing to learn. Not just for the church, but I'm hoping that other people can also take that initiative to remove that barrier, to be able to communicate and understand each other so that the word can spread.
Wow, that's marvelous. So maybe I understand that you are not deaf, and this shows that you have put yourself in their shoes. What's your take on what maybe for the churches that have seemingly discriminated people who are deaf? What can you say about those initiatives? I don't know if you're getting me.
You see, now when it comes to I'm saying, I don't think really it's a matter of fact of discrimination. I think there is lack of awareness, or in terms of campaigning, I think there has to be a campaign, to bring awareness in churches throughout, so that we may consider these people. You see, so I feel like we are sort of sidelining them. We're not discriminating them because we have them amongst us, but I feel there is need for awareness in terms of us as people who are involved with these people, because you are in a church service, and I have to read a sermon, I have to say something, I have to read one or two verses there, and there is someone who's not understanding. I feel there is need for visual. There should be, in terms of visual, if there was visual, if we had a projector to be projecting these things, because some of them can see, at least, so that at least it can be writing down what we're saying. But then with sign language now, it's on the go. You see, someone is preaching verbally and I'm using sign language by the side. You see, it's on the go, it's instantaneous. The person doesn't feel left out. You see now, even if they have a problem, they're comfortable to communicate and relay their issue.
Wow, that's marvelous. So I'm noting that you don't feel like it's discrimination, but there is need of advocacy. Yes. So for you to volunteer for this space, what really came into your mind? What is behind this decision, which you took? Is so marvelous.
This was it was the inner me that just told me. It's something I've always been counting on, that I'll go and do sign language. I'll go and do sign language lessons for a while. I've been in situations where in the society, in the community, I'm trying to communicate, and I realize that okay, this person cannot speak, and automatically, I don't want to. It's not like I'm feeling pity for them, but I end up feeling in a space where I'm like, okay, but I have the capabilities and the capacities to learn these things. I've grown to being where I am. I'm like, okay, I never even took time to learn the sign language. So I feel it's the inner me. It wasn't more of a situation I came across, but it's the inner me that wants to break the barrier. You see, I want to break that gap. I need us to have communication, regardless of me being able to speak and I'm able to hear. I think I need to break that barrier so that there is proper communication. Even if I get to a place where there's people who cannot speak, I'm able to communicate with them. You see now. So it was the inner me that actually drove me to say no, but you can volunteer for that. At first I thought maybe there were going to be many people who are going to come up and join me on the space, but I think after I'm done, maybe I'll then advocate and promote, and maybe we must do a campaign to promote this.
This is a huge assignment, folks, and it is everyone's assignment to advocate for these things. So, my brother, I understand that you are employed, but you are dedicating yourself into this further study about learning on how to communicate through sign language. How is this possible for you to hang your work and the study on deaf people? I see much interest, man.
Yes. So I communicated with, like I said, won't be mentioning organizations. I communicated with people who offer sign language lessons, and they're quite flexible. The lessons are quite flexible. So when I communicate with them, they say that lessons are going to be on every Wednesday. They gave me the timetable, so I'm yet to make the initiative to go there and start the program. So the fact that the timetable is flexible, I can be able to balance between my work and going for those lectures, because if I have to go for one lesson once a week, I think I can manage to juggle through that. And unlike someone who's in a situation where they are less privileged, maybe they're grasping slow, I'm hoping to grasp faster. And I'm also hoping that as I learn, I may also be able to teach others as time goes on, to communicate using sign language. When I've mastered it, when I've gone for my lessons and I've mastered the whole concept.
Wow. Come on. So one might be asking, did you ever think that in some day you'll be deaf? It's better you learn for sign language in case tomorrow bring his own things. Or what can I say?
Yeah. Well, I never saw this one coming. But yes, anything is possible. But like I'm saying, this is something I feel is it's overdue. It's overdue. It's something we should have done. I feel sign language should have been introduced even at primary level.
So that's an urgent matter, man.
You see, yes, I feel it should have been introduced even at primary level, without them having to sit for the exam, but just giving them knowledge. You see, the same way we go for PE, they should include sign language. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, they stop it from there. You would have mastered within that time. You see, what then you're going to then decide to do with it going further on is a totally different thing altogether. But it also breaks the barrier. You see now, it breaks the barrier. So I feel, well, my intention was not that one day I'll end up being mute, but of course it's something I'm willing to learn and be able to, I want to end up being an asset. You see, I want to break that barrier. So in the long run, not only will I learn, I'll also teach others. I'll also give them a couple of modules, also refer them what I've learned, so that we break this barrier.
Wow, I'm excited more especially when you speak of others. That means you are doing this for other people to benefit, to find themselves involved in church gatherings and in church services. I mean, this is incredible. This is wonderful. So, welcome back to the second segment. We're just from a short break. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, in rounding up this interview with my brother Kazirai Mlingwa, the one that I'm so excited to have here today, as he has gave himself volunteer to say, I'm up for learning sign language for my brothers who can't, who need interpretation to the sign language. So today, before we round up this section, I will kindly say to you, my brother, what message do you have for the people watching us today, and the take-home package for this message, the encouragement that you have, just offload to them.
So I'm saying disability is not inability, and us having the privilege of being able to speak, we must also be able to learn and be able to communicate with these people. So I would encourage others to join in the drive and also learn sign language, so that not only may we use it in church but out of church, because the word is not just being spread in church, it also has to be spread out of church. So for an outreach program to go well, not only are you spreading the message in church, but it has to be taken out of church. So I would encourage other people to also learn sign language and invest a little bit of their time to get to learn and get to interact with these people, so that they are not left out and they also don't feel excluded, or they also don't feel less privileged, because during that whole entire time they're not getting what's really going on.
Wow, that's marvelous, brother. I'm excited. This is wonderful. I want to believe that you learned something today, and if Brother Kazirai encouraged you, please take the lead, do something in your corner. My encouragement to you is just do something for someone. Tomorrow is untold. Don't say this is for so and so. It is for us all. If you're not deaf, it doesn't mean that we are not under application to focus on the people that are with disability. We are just one team. Where you are strong, I might be weak. Where I'm weak, you must be strong. So I thank you so much for your time and for everything. If you are new to this channel and have never subscribed to this channel, please, I beseech you, just press the subscribe button and ring a bell so that whenever we post some videos of philanthropy, you will find yourself excited to see what is happening in Africa. I love you so much. It's Shalom Man. Until next time, remain shalom minded. Bless you.